This page is the cover of the February 1995 issue of Sega Saturn Fan Magazine, the second issue after the publication was renamed from Mega Drive Fan. The striking cover art features a fearsome creature, likely from the game Virtua Fighter, which is listed among the new information features inside. The magazine highlights a special appendix, the Old Technique, Great Technique Forest 95, presumably a comprehensive guidebook for various games. Inside, readers can find new game information on titles like Virtua Fighter, Blue Seed, Panzer Dragoon, Rampo, Victory Goal, and Metalhead. There's also a report looking at AM2's work, potentially related to Daytona USA, and a major strategy feature dedicated to Lunar, Eternal Blue. Additionally, a strategy guide for Virtua Fighter is included, focusing on advanced techniques for mastering the game. This page is the start of the Saturn News Volume 2 feature, marked by a dramatic image of a figure holding a planet reminiscent of Saturn. The main focus of the page, however, is on the right, showcasing Sega Saturn's impressive lineup of sports titles, confidently marketed as 64-bit class software. Featured prominently are three key games: Greatest 9, a baseball sim highlighting realistic player data, polygon graphics, and notably, unique voice commentary featuring multiple regional dialects, adding great character to the game. Next up is Victory Goal, the official J.League soccer title previously teased on the cover. It boasts real data for all 12 clubs and dynamic gameplay, where any team can potentially pull off a win. Finally, Pebble Beach Golf Links offers a visually stunning and realistic golf experience, even featuring the pro golfer Craig Stadler. Beyond sports, there's a quick report on the heated '94 Eternal Battle Virtua Fighter tournament, highlighting the final battle held at Sega's headquarters, tying into the magazine's focus on the popular fighting game. The page concludes by presenting the Sega Saturn console itself as a powerful 64-bit class amazing game machine. This page is dedicated to the Super 32X, highlighting it as a power-up for the classic Mega Drive, taking it from 16-bit to the 32-bit era. It features the 32X hardware itself, positioned as an upgrade booster, priced at 16,800 yen. Several key Super 32X titles are showcased. Virtua Racing Deluxe makes its debut, presented as a significant enhancement of the arcade classic, with more tracks and vehicles, leveraging the 32X's power for a superior racing experience. The arcade masterpiece Afterburner returns as Afterburner Complete, promising a perfect port that captures the thrilling dogfighting action of the original. Finally, Cyber Brawl, a new fighting game, is highlighted for utilizing the 32X's capabilities for scalable characters and strategic combat. The page also briefly touches on standard Mega Drive releases like Dragon Slayer, The Legend of Heroes 2 and Ichidantra, and the compact Mega Drive 2 console. Overall, the message is clear. The Super 32X adds significant punch to the Mega Drive library. This page is a grand showcase for Lunar, Eternal Blue, heralded here as the final masterpiece RPG for the Mega CD. It delves into the game's story, which explores the relationship between the world of Lunar and the Blue Star, a mystery left unanswered in the previous title, Lunar, the Silver Star. The development is led by core staff from Game Arts, with Toshiyuki Kubuka handling both character design and scenario, and Satoshi Sato contributing world concept design, promising a scale unprecedented in CD gaming history. The text highlights the advantages of the CD-ROM format, enabling full animation battles on dynamic 3D fields. Visual scenes boast over 4,000 animation cells, equating to roughly 60 minutes of animated sequences, brought to life by the powerful voice acting of 14 talented cast members, aimed at delivering the emotional narrative directly to the player. The page features beautiful character illustrations for the main cast including Hyro, Lucia, Ruby, and others, alongside gameplay screenshots showing both exploration and battle scenes, demonstrating the game's detailed pixel art and ambitious presentation. This title was clearly positioned as a must-have swan song for the Mega CD, priced at 9,800 yen. This page serves as the front cover and table of contents for the February 1995 issue of Saturn Fan Magazine. Dominating the left side is a vibrant feature on Sunsoft's Hebereke's Pupuito, a charming puzzle game where you match falling characters, known as Hobun, to clear blocks called Hoboro. It showcases the game's distinctive characters and simple, addictive gameplay, noting its expected release in February 95 for the Saturn. The right side presents the magazine's contents. Highlights include coverage of new third-party titles for the Saturn and STV arcade board, a strategy guide for the legendary Virtua Fighter, and a report giving insight into the development of Daytona USA from AM2. There's also a special feature dedicated to Lunar, Eternal Blue, which we just saw detailed on the previous page, confirming its importance at the time. The contents also list a game index covering releases on the Sega Saturn, Super 32X, Mega Drive, and Mega CD, along with sections on upcoming games and release dates. This page highlights a significant wave of new third-party titles announced for the Sega Saturn and the STV arcade board, following up on the context of the previous page's content listing such features. It showcases upcoming games from several major developers. Data East is bringing Outlaws of the Lost Dynasty, a fighting game based on the classic Chinese novel, featuring intense 6-button combat as seen in the screenshots. Taito is legendary for its shooters, and here they announce Layer Section, known internationally as Galactic Attack, a fantastic vertically scrolling shooter celebrated for its lock-on laser mechanics and memorable soundtrack, alongside Darius Gaiden, the third installment in the classic horizontal shooting series featuring its signature aquatic boss designs. Gainax is porting their hugely popular PC simulation series, Princess Maker, likely referring to Princess Maker 3, bringing its unique character-raising gameplay to the Saturn. They also present Shinra, a new strategic battle game. Konami diversifies the lineup with Tokimeki Memorial, a renowned dating simulation game previously a hit on the PC Engine, and Twin Bee Taisen Puzzle Dama, a competitive puzzle game featuring beloved Twin Bee characters. System Soft rounds out the announcements with their popular strategy simulation series, including Modern Warstrikes and Master of Monsters, both making the leap from PC. This page demonstrates a strong showing of support from third parties, bringing a diverse range of popular arcade and PC titles to the Sega Saturn platform, promising exciting gameplay options for fans. This page continues the exciting rollout of new third-party titles for the Sega Saturn, reinforcing the platform's growing momentum. Datum Polystar is bringing their popular Kraydrom titles, including the tactical RPG masterpiece Ogre Battle and the racing sim future GPX Cyber Formula. Sunsoft delivers the cute puzzle action of Papuito Hebereki, featuring characters from the Hebereki series, alongside plans for titles like the Atmospheric Adventure Mist and Shanghai Gaiden. Further announcements include J-Wing planning various genres, Prestige focusing on arcade and pachinko games, Multisoft working on the SF shooter Incoming, and Atlas confirming the highly anticipated Shin Megami Tensei series and a driving title. Tecmo is set to bring their classic American football series, Tecmo Super Bowl, to the system. Success demonstrates strong support with numerous projects, including the intense vertical SHMUP Guardian Force and the beloved Cotton 2. Virgin Games is set to release Creature Shock, a 3D shooter developed using Argonauts technology. Even Jaleco is entering the ring with plans for a baseball game. Additionally, several more companies are joining the Saturn development scene, promising a wide array of new projects across different genres. Finally, it's noted that Koei will be bringing their grand strategy series, Nobunaga's Ambition, to the Saturn as well. This page dives deep into the strategy of Virtua Fighter on the Sega Saturn, specifically focusing on achieving high ranks in the game's rank match mode. Presented as the Road to Mastery, this guide aims to help both beginners and advanced players improve their game. The article breaks down basic strategies and tactics based on character types, essential for success in the challenging rank match mode. It discusses 3 main character types: throwing types like Kagemaru, Wolf Hawkfield, and Jeffrey McWild, who excel at powerful grappling moves. The striking type is highlighted with Akira Yuki, focusing on impactful punches and kicks. Lastly, the combination type features Pai-chan, Lao-chan, Sarah Bryant, and Jackie Bryant, known for their versatile and damaging combos. The guide emphasizes key tactics, such as utilizing ring-outs effectively and landing heavy hits after recovering. It also outlines the fundamental rules for rank match mode, stressing the importance of consistently clearing stages, getting high clear times, maximizing technique scores, and performing required techniques. Screenshots showcase gameplay examples, including ring-outs and KO moments, alongside portraits of the 8 core characters discussed. This comprehensive approach provides players with the knowledge needed to climb the ranks and master Virtua Fighter. This page continues the deep dive into achieving high ranks in Virtua Fighter on the Sega Saturn, shifting focus to character-specific strategies for 2 distinct fighters, Sarah Bryant and Jeffrey McWild. The section on Sarah Bryant emphasizes her versatile approach, noting she can effectively utilize both combos and throws. It outlines tactics for various matchups, suggesting how to bait certain moves from opponents like Pai-chan and Lao-chan, or simply overpowering them with moves like the Combo Summer, which is deemed particularly reliable against characters like Kagemaru, and even effective for knocking down Wolf Hawkfield. Her ability to handle opponents like Akira Yuki with specific counters and her strong wake-up game are also highlighted. The guide then tackles the challenges of playing as Jeffrey McWild, characterizing his style as heavily reliant on throws. It explains the importance of landing low throws to increase throw opportunities and effectively using his toe kick splash, even suggesting Jackie Bryant serves as good practice for this move. Strategies against specific opponents focus on timing throws after knocking them down or catching their wake-up attempts. The page also includes a specific note clarifying that Jeffrey's powerful power slam is not considered a required technique for accumulating points, focusing strategy instead on reliable throws. Screenshots throughout illustrate key moments and techniques discussed for each character. This page serves as a beginner's guide to Virtua Fighter, focusing on fundamental skills essential for improvement. It breaks down key concepts into 3 steps: mastering throws, understanding guard properties, and practicing command inputs. Step 1 delves into Virtua Fighter's unique throw system, explaining how to execute throws from various states, including crouch. It highlights the importance of distinguishing between upper and lower throws, and how character differences affect throw ranges. The guide also touches upon executing throws during punch combinations, and troubleshooting why throws might sometimes fail. Screenshots show various throw scenarios with characters like Akira, Wolf, and Jeffrey. Step 2 focuses on defense, detailing the properties of standing and crouching guards. It points out crucial weaknesses. Upper guards are vulnerable to throws, while lower guards offer no protection against mid-level attacks. Understanding these vulnerabilities is key to effective defense and offense. The final step provides tips for command inputs, stressing the importance of timing, and it clarifies the difference between short and long command inputs, and advises practicing button timings for combos. Mastering diagonal down inputs, particularly for guarding, is also highlighted as a vital skill requiring dedicated practice. Screenshots illustrate input concepts and defensive stances. This section is crucial for beginners struggling with executing moves reliably. This page continues the Virtua Fighter masterclass, moving into intermediate level tactics. Building on the basics, this guide dives into the crucial strategy of waking up after being knocked down, explaining the different options like normal wake-up, rolling forward/backward, and sidestepping wake-up, noting the vulnerability periods for each. It also discusses the risks and rewards of waking up with an immediate kick, showing screenshots of characters like Akira, Wolf, and Jeffrey, illustrating these situations. Next, it covers employing feints for effective 2-option mix-ups, demonstrating how feints can trick opponents and create openings, using pain as an example. The page then presents a simulation quiz, challenging players to choose the best counter strategies against common offensive situations, like waiting in a crouch guard, or dealing with specific punch combinations, preparing you to adapt in real matches. Screenshots throughout the page visualize the discussed techniques and counters. This content is essential for players looking to move beyond fundamental execution and understand strategic decision-making in Virtua Fighter. There's also a small section soliciting reader contributions for future Virtua Fighter content, including ideas and techniques. This page dives into the exciting development status of the Sega Saturn port of the legendary arcade racer, Daytona USA, offering a glimpse into the work being done by Sega's AM2 lab. The article highlights how drastically the game has improved in just 1 month, with the visuals and the driving feel getting closer to the arcade experience. Developer Tetsuji Okayasu from AM2 discusses the progress, stating that the beginner course, Short Oval 777, is nearing completion. The report examines various aspects of the port, including the implementation of the heads-up display elements like the speedometer, tachometer, lap timer, and radar, all of which are becoming more refined and accurate. Screenshots demonstrate the noticeable graphical improvements over the past month. The page also provides a detailed breakdown of the Short Oval 777 track, pointing out key landmarks familiar to arcade players, such as the main stand, the unique $1 million slot arch, the tricky roulette curve, the challenging billiard crash section, and the distinctive sonic wall. An illustration of the track layout helps visualize these points. Overall, the report conveys a sense of optimism regarding the port's progress, suggesting the development is on track for a promising release. This page delves deeper into AM2's challenging task of bringing high-end arcade experiences like Daytona USA to the Sega Saturn, reflecting on their busy year in 1995. The article highlights the ongoing battle to translate the graphical fidelity and feel of the arcade version, particularly dealing with the Saturn's hardware limitations compared to the powerful Model 2 system. Developers discuss the technical hurdles, such as optimizing resolution and utilizing the Saturn's multi-CPU architecture effectively to handle complex calculations and drawing. Screenshots showcase the progress on the Daytona USA port, demonstrating the graphical state and polygon counts achieved so far, aiming to replicate the arcade look and feel despite the differences. Beyond Daytona USA, the page looks at AM2's future projects, confirming that the Saturn port of Virtua Fighter 2 is in the works as their next major title. It also touches upon the development of Virtua Cop, both for the arcade and an eventual Saturn version, and hints at the future of the Virtua Fighter series, with Virtua Fighter 3 mentioned in the context of upcoming arcade titles. The dedication and technical prowess of the team are underscored by mention of Virtua Fighter receiving an award. Overall, it paints a picture of AM2 pushing the boundaries of the Saturn hardware to deliver quality arcade ports and original titles. This page is dedicated to Blue Seed, an RPG based on the popular manga and anime series coming to the Sega Saturn. It highlights the game's unique approach, blending traditional RPG elements with a strategic card battle system. The battle mechanics are central, with players selecting cards to determine actions like attack, defense, and speed boosts, emphasizing tactical planning based on enemy types and party composition. The page showcases how these battles unfold with dynamic, anime-style visual sequences featuring the characters. Screenshots display the game's top-down field map and a world map of Japan, hinting at the scope of the adventure. The narrative follows the protagonist, Koha Fujimiya, and members of the National Land Management Agency as they combat monstrous entities called Aragami. The game features a party system where players choose 3 characters from a total of 9, including both original characters from the manga/anime and new ones created specifically for the game. Profiles of several key characters are presented, giving a glimpse into the diverse cast joining the fight. This page dives deep into Virtual Highlight for the Sega Saturn. It's highlighted as a refreshing RPG using polygons for free movement in 3D space, building upon the 10-year legacy of the Highlight series. The game boasts an impressive character animation system, with over 9,000 patterns for the main character, Jim, covering everything from walking and running to attacking and defending. The opening sequence is a cool blend of live-action footage and CG, depicting the story's setup. A key feature discussed is the concept of weight. Jim's status screen prominently displays essential info like time, gold, and HP, but the game introduces a weight system where carrying too many items slows you down, making movement and combat more difficult. Newly acquired items initially appear as unknown, requiring you to equip them to identify their properties and weight. The development secrets section reveals interesting details, like items not being permanently lost if dropped in dungeons, instead remaining there. It also touches on the randomized nature of the dungeons and item placement, ensuring that each playthrough feels different. The map system itself is described as constantly changing, with over 40 trillion possible combinations for dungeon and item layouts, although the overworld map remains consistent. You can also expand the map view with a button press. Overall, it seems like a unique take on the RPG genre, emphasizing exploration and resource management within its 3D world. This page continues exploring the world of Virtual Highlight, detailing the various traps and monsters you'll encounter. Traps aren't just damage dealers. Some can slow you down or even transport you to different areas, requiring careful navigation. The monsters, like the Loper, Man-Eating Tree, and Gold Armor, retain designs from previous Highlight games, but are fully realized with fluid polygon animations that add to the atmosphere. The development team shares more secrets, including hidden item abilities that aren't listed in the manual, encouraging players to experiment with button combinations to uncover their full potential. They also showcase the design evolution of some CG monsters, like the Gilet, Vampire, Kobold, and Mad Dragon, highlighting their distinct characteristics. Moving on, the page features Ranking Street, a section combining sales data and reader feedback. It presents game sales rankings for Sega Saturn, Mega Drive, and Mega CD. Virtua Fighter sits at the top of the Saturn chart, followed by Myst and Samurai Showdown. The Mega Drive/Mega CD ranking is led by Samurai Showdown, Sonic and Knuckles, and VR Virtua Racing. A sales analysis notes the strong performance of Virtua Fighter and the anticipation surrounding upcoming titles. This page features the Ranking Street section, presenting game rankings compiled from sales data and reader feedback. On the Sega Saturn side, Virtua Fighter takes the undisputed top spot, recognized for its strong sales, high overall scores, and numerous positive reviews, earning it the title of the Third King. Reader comments praise the game's faithful arcade port and smooth gameplay. Other highly ranked Saturn titles include the atmospheric Mansion of Hidden Souls and the acclaimed puzzle adventure Myst. Meanwhile, the Mega Drive and Mega CD rankings show Puyo Puyo 2 as the clear leader at number 1, widely celebrated for its addictive puzzle mechanics and value. The list also includes popular fighting games such as Fatal Fury 2, Fatal Fury Special, Samurai Showdown, and Power Instinct, with reader feedback often commenting on the quality of the arcade ports and the satisfaction derived from their gameplay systems. The page provides a valuable snapshot of player preferences for titles on Sega's platforms. This page features the Ranking Street section, presenting reader feedback and various popularity rankings. It kicks off with the Super 32X game results, where the high-octane shooter Doom secures the top spot, with Space Harrier and Star Wars Arcade also making the list. Reader comments, split into Sweet Whispers, positive, and Bitter Murmurs, negative, provide diverse opinions on these games. Moving on, the pre-release popularity ranking shows which upcoming or recently released games are generating the most buzz. Virtua Fighter 2 is highly anticipated on Saturn, while Afterburner Complete leads the Super 32X list. Readers also share their excitement for titles like Surging Aura and the Mega Drive port of Samurai Showdown in the Voices of Anticipation section. A significant part of the page is dedicated to the port request ranking, highlighting games that readers desperately want to see ported to Sega platforms. The fighting game Vampire, likely referencing Vampire Savior, is the #1 most requested title across Saturn, Mega Drive per Candela, and Super 32X. Other popular requests include arcade hits like The King of Fighters, 94, and Ridge Racer. The direct hit on the manufacturer corner follows up on these requests, with Capcom responding that a Vampire port is currently undecided. The page concludes with an invitation for readers to submit their own game reviews and critiques to contribute to future rankings. This page delves into reader feedback and opinions within the Corn Kids section, focusing on the exciting transition period in Sega's hardware lineup. Readers share their perspectives on moving from the Mega Drive/Genesis era to the Saturn and Super 32X. The section includes various reader questions posed to manufacturers like Namco and Konami, seeking information on their future software plans for the Saturn. There are also lively discussions, such as a strong opinion about the importance of the Neo Geo CD, and a debate on whether the Sega Saturn platform should include adult-oriented games. A unique highlight is a reader-submitted ranking, playfully titled Diagram of Strength, which attempts to rank the power levels of various fighting game characters, including popular manga and anime characters like Goku, Vegeta, Piccolo, and Kenshiro, asking readers to determine the next strongest after the previous top fighter was decided. The page serves as a direct line between Sega fans and the magazine, fostering a sense of community through shared thoughts, questions, and even personal updates like one reader getting a job. The Cornman mascots encourage readers to send in their postcards with feedback. This page features a strategy guide for the acclaimed Mega CD RPG, Lunar, Eternal Blue. The guide kicks off by covering the first half of the story, aiming to help players navigate the game's expansive world and challenging dungeons, particularly focusing on providing maps and tips for those who might get lost. This initial section highlights specific areas, like the Saipan Desert, Madriam Plains, and East Catalina, aiding players through these early to mid-game locations, and also touching upon enemy data and boss encounters. Additionally, the page includes a section dedicated to reader-submitted illustrations. Titled Illustration Big Bang, this corner showcases fan art covering various themes, including a sexy dynamite feature, likely featuring characters like Morrigan from Vampire Savior, Planet of the Apes, tributes, and artwork seemingly related to the GameStar Cruiser, submitted by the magazine's audience. This page continues the strategy guide for Lunar, Eternal Blue, focusing on the initial area, the Saipan Desert, and the first main dungeon. The guide provides a map of the desert region, highlighting key locations like Hyro's house, a vital early stop where players can recover HP and MP at an Althena statue and meet Gwen. It also lists the standard monsters found in the desert, such as desert eyes and scorpions, along with their basic stats. The guide then moves into the Blue Labyrinth and Blue Tower, detailing this interconnected dungeon. The Blue Labyrinth is described as a simple introductory area, while the Blue Tower is a multi-story structure presenting a more complex maze. Maps are provided for both parts of the dungeon, floor by floor, up to the 7th floor of the tower. Information on treasure chests found within the tower is included, primarily containing recovery items like healing herbs and small amounts of silver. The monsters encountered here, such as slimes and brain hands, are also listed. Finally, the guide covers the first boss encounter, the Guardian, offering a strategy focused on physical attacks and healing to overcome the mechanical foe. This page continues the strategy guide for Lunar, Eternal Blue. Moving on to later areas, it covers the village of Larpa, detailing where to find useful items and monsters encountered in the surrounding area like escaragos and killer eels, alongside recommended levels for tackling the region and a map of the Larpa passageway. The guide then moves to the Lanzish Forest, showing various forest maps and providing a list of items found in chests. This section also highlights the boss of the area, the Plantarium, giving its stats and a brief description of its abilities. Finally, the port town of Dalton is featured, with information on its shops and the monsters found inside the steamship Vulcan, including the formidable bone golem. This page provides essential details and maps to help players navigate these crucial mid-game locations and challenges. This page is a strategy guide for the Midoriya Plains area in Lunar, Eternal Blue, detailing locations, monsters, and the Ghost House boss. This page continues the comprehensive strategy guide for Lunar, Eternal Blue on the Sega CD. It covers several key locations encountered after the Midoriya Plains, including the famous mountain path descent, the town of Notel East, the event at the Uncrossable Bridge, the lively carnival, and the mysterious ancient ruins. The guide provides recommended character levels and magic levels for navigating these areas. Notel East is presented as a trading town, while the carnival offers opportunities for rest and shopping before heading towards the ancient ruins. The Uncrossable Bridge section highlights a specific story event where Leo prevents passage. The Ancient Ruins section details a multi-floor dungeon with maps from the 1st to the 6th floor. It includes a list of monsters you'll encounter within the ruins and their stats. There are also sections showing treasure chest contents found in different areas, and shopping lists for items and equipment available in the towns. The guide emphasizes that the ancient ruin structure is straightforward, relying on elevators and teleportation devices for navigation. This page continues the strategy guide for Lunar, Eternal Blue, moving into Chapter 3 and the Eastern Catalina regions. It starts by covering Notel West, detailing its layout and shops, and mentions the quest to deliver wine to a merchant in the east, a task worth 1,000 S. Next, the guide focuses on Reticuli, a village situated north of Notel, nestled in the mountains. It notes the recommended level for this area is 13, and highlights the presence of shops here as well. The narrative transitions to mention an issue with monsters on Snowcap Mountain, implying this is the next destination. The guide then details Snowcap Mountain, specifically breaking it down into the front and back sections, point 161 and 162. It mentions the slippery paths within the mountain's tunnels, and provides a list of treasure found inside. Finally, the page presents a regional map of Eastern Catalina, numbering key locations you'll visit, such as Maribia, point 17, Mount Prime, point 18, the Underground Waterway, point 19, the Trial Cave, point 20, Vane, point 21, Azado, point 22, and Azado Tower, point 23, indicating the general progression through the chapter. There are also lists of monsters encountered in these areas, and available items and equipment in the towns. The next page continues the Lunar, Eternal Blue strategy guide, kicking off by wrapping up the Snowcap Mountain area. It details the encounter with the boss, the fearsome White Yeti, providing stats and highlighting its weakness to fire, making abilities like Lemona's explosion magic and the flame saber weapon particularly effective. From the icy heights, the guide brings us back to the familiar town of Maribia. It notes this location is sure to be nostalgic for players of the original Lunar. The guide points out the bustling atmosphere and that you'll find a variety of shops stocked with essential gear. Make sure to chat with Galeon, or Lanus as he's known here, for important info before heading out. The page includes a shopping list, showing off a good selection of weapons, armor, and items like the flame saber and healing goods you'll need for the journey ahead. Next up is MT Prime, Kikai Mountain, situated between Maribia and Vane. This area serves as a base for bandits, and the guide warns that navigation can be tricky with many winding paths. A major highlight here is that Nal joins your party, making it a group of 4. The page provides helpful overhead maps showing the layouts of multiple floors of MT Prime, giving you a clear path through the confusing dungeon.
You'll encounter enemies like the Mad Pierrot and Pink Ribbon as you make your way through.
This lunar, Eternal Blue guide covers key locations and boss encounters. The underground waterway features a complex maze and the tough dead ball boss, rewarding players with the battle hammer and holy water. The trial labyrinth on Kikai Mountain requires a transfer spring and pits players against the Evil Eye and Neo Chaos face.
Ronfar's healing magic is crucial, with loot including healing nuts and herbs.
Next is Vane, the floating city, central to the plot where Morgan kidnaps Lucia, prompting pursuit. Hidden treasure chests contain items like the Triple Ring, while shops offer weapons like the Flame Saber and Goddess Ropes. Finally, the guide briefly discusses Arezzo, a monster-infested port town near Vane. It leads to Althena's shrine in Pentagoulia, with shops selling potent gear, defensive items, and status healing supplies like Angel's Tears. This page continues the guide for Lunar, Eternal Blue, focusing on Azado Tower. It provides character stats relevant for the tower ascent and lists the monsters encountered, including the Corrupt Master, Monocrops, and Metaballs, detailing their levels and basic combat data. The guide highlights the tower's boss, the Mind Flayer, describing its multiple attack points and dangerous special moves like Plasma Arm and Arc Blaster. Treasure items found within the tower are also listed, such as the Wood Staff and Hero's Ring. Floor layouts for the entire 12-story tower are displayed. Advice is given to utilize Althena's statue on the 7th floor for easy leveling up.
The right side features a News Dynamite section. It covers various hot topics, including a radio show hosted by the comedy duo Great Chicken Powers, which provides Sega Saturn information. It also introduces a new electronic diary from Sega called Fairy, with a touchscreen and handwriting feature. The section announces the start of Sega game video magazine rentals at stores like Tsutaya, allowing players to easily see gameplay footage. Finally, it discusses new software releases, including imports like Accolade's Speed Racer and Sega's cable TV service, which offers game information and the ability to play games through the service. This page covers various entertainment updates. Puzzle game fans can anticipate the second Puyo Puyo Masters tournament in Tokyo. Music lovers are treated to the Pulseman soundtrack release, available on vinyl and CD, featuring techno and trance music. A Street Fighter II Candela's drama adaptation with prominent voice actors is also announced. Gaming news includes a Virtua Fighter card game from Enix, and various updates in the News Dynamite section, a Saturn gift campaign, educational software, a puzzle game, and Sega's cable TV service. Several new game music crids are highlighted, with arranged soundtracks for Power Instinct 2, King of Fighters 94, Samurai Showdown 2, and a remix album for Sonic the Hedgehog. Additionally, there's mention of books covering Romance of the Three Kingdoms and Urban Incidents. The page concludes with the December Reader Survey contest winners. This page delves into Sega's innovative Prologue 21 communication karaoke system, a unique peripheral for the Sega Saturn. The article explains that Prologue 21 connects via ISDN to deliver a wealth of karaoke songs, but its true innovation lies in its integration with the Saturn, allowing users to play games simultaneously while others sing, or access various information services like news, weather, and horoscopes directly through the system. It highlights the user interface, including a remote with an LCD screen for searching songs, and compares Sega's system to other players in the communication karaoke market like Taito, Daichikosho, DAM, and Excite, JoySound, noting the different approaches to features and services offered by each. The page features images of the Saturn console, the Prologue 21 remote, and illustrations depicting the blend of gaming and karaoke, showcasing Sega's attempt to push the boundaries of home entertainment beyond just traditional gaming or music. The editors and readers express interest in this multimedia approach. This page jumps into a critical discussion about Sega's potential implementation of age restrictions for their home console games. The article explains that due to increasingly provocative and violent content in some recent releases, Sega is proposing a system to categorize games based on age recommendations. These categories are expected to include all ages recommended and recommended for ages 18 and above. The text highlights that the majority of upcoming Sega titles are likely to fall under the all ages recommended category. However, it delves into the possibility of a stricter X-rated category for games containing extremely explicit sexual content or graphic violence, mentioning titles like Doom and Mortal Kombat as examples of games pushing content boundaries that might necessitate such a rating. The article also touches upon how games like Idol Janshi Tsuchiyapai, which feature adult themes,
might be handled under this new system. Elsewhere on the page, there's a section dedicated to the 5th monthly MVP awards from Saturn fan readers, showcasing notable entries and contributors. There's also a fun 4-panel comic strip featuring popular characters from the Puyo Puyo and Madu Monogatari series, adding a touch of lightheartedness to the page. Screenshots from games like Virtua Fighter and Idol Janshi Tsuchipai are included, illustrating some of the content being discussed. This page presents a massive reader giveaway, offering 50 games in total for answering a comprehensive survey. The prize list features 10 copies each of Sega Saturn titles like Victory Goal and Pebble Beach Golf Links, the Super 32X game Metalhead, and Mega CD/Mega Drive games, including Dai Fengshen and Tai Chi and Earth. The accompanying survey delves into reader demographics such as age, gender, and occupation, alongside their gaming habits like systems owned and preferred genres: shooter, action, RPG, adventure, simulation, sports. It also asks for opinions on magazine content and desired games for various Sega consoles, including requested ports from other platforms. Readers are instructed to fill out the provided postcard form carefully, following specific guidelines for marking answers and personal details for computer processing, and to mail it in by the stated deadline to enter the giveaway. The survey even includes criteria for evaluating games, covering elements like character animation, sound design, difficulty, controls, and originality. This page serves as the actual entry form for the reader survey and giveaway detailed previously. On the left, it's a postcard format with spaces for personal information like address and name, required for entry. Below this, there's a table where readers are asked to rate specific games, like Clockwork Knight and Lion King, on various criteria, likely reflecting their satisfaction or opinion. The right side provides the extensive lists of options readers need to reference when filling out the survey questions. These include lists of featured articles from the current issue, various gaming magazines, different game systems available at the time, and most notably, a massive list of games. This game list covers titles released on the Sega Saturn, Mega Drive, Mega CD, and Super 32X, featuring numerous hits and lesser-known games across these platforms, providing the choices for readers to indicate games they own, want, or have opinions on. It's the backbone of the survey, allowing readers to tell the magazine exactly what they're playing and interested in. This page dives into the world of the upcoming Sega Saturn title, Panzer Dragoon. It's introduced as a 3D shooting game where the protagonist, a hunter named Kai, rides on the back of a dragon through a ruined world. The core gameplay involves battling enemies that appear from all directions, utilizing a unique viewpoint change system that allows players to quickly shift their perspective 360 degrees around the dragon. The page details the two primary attack methods: a standard rapid-fire shot and a powerful lock-on laser. It also gives a preview of the first episode, set over water, with enemies emerging from the depths and structures. The background is described as featuring interesting elements, like falling pillars and mysterious buildings. Enemies range from giant, bizarre mutated creatures to the forces of the technologically advanced Empire, whose first episode boss is a massive air battleship. The page provides context for the setting, explaining Kai's background and how he encounters the dragon amidst the remnants of an old civilization, contrasting with the rise of the Empire, which uses ancient technology without truly understanding it. Several screenshots showcase the game's distinct visual style and various enemies encountered. This page introduces the adventure game Rampo for the Sega Saturn, which adapts the movie of the same name and brings the world of Itogawa Ranpo to life. The game is notable for its unique approach, using live-action footage of real actors and sets blended with CG graphics to create its visuals. Key actors from the film, including Naoto Takenaka as Ranpo and Michiko Hata as Shizuko, reprise their roles in the game, providing authentic performances. The story centers around Rantupo during a period of creative block in Asakusa. The game utilizes a simple control scheme and an emotional input system, where player choices influence the narrative and lead to multiple endings, pulling you deeper into the psychological aspects of Ranpo's world. You'll explore various locations around Asakusa, interacting with characters based on the film and Ranpo's stories. The blend of filmed actors and rendered environments creates a distinct visual style that captures the atmosphere of the original works. It's a fascinating project that merges cinema and gaming to tell a compelling story. This page showcases Victory Goal, a J.League officially licensed soccer game for the Sega Saturn, emphasizing its innovative use of polygonal graphics and realistic player movements. A standout feature is the ability to change camera viewpoints freely during gameplay, allowing you to switch between various perspectives like wide, close-up, and diagonal views to best suit the match situation. The game features real player data from the 94 J-League second stage, bringing authentic players to the pitch. You can enjoy several game modes, including exhibition matches, a full league season, a cup tournament, and even a superstar PK shootout mode, offering plenty of replayability. The polygonal players are depicted performing actions such as trapping the ball, sliding tackles, and overhead kicks with notable detail. Goal celebrations are also highlighted with dynamic scenes and replays from different camera angles, adding to the excitement. This game aims to deliver a realistic and engaging soccer experience on the Saturn. This page dives into the world of golf, with Pebble Beach golf links for the Sega Saturn. The main draw here is the faithful recreation of the world-renowned Pebble Beach course, and the chance to go head-to-head with actual pro golfer Craig Stadler, who features prominently in the game. The page emphasizes the detailed graphics that bring the course to life, from the coastline to the lush fairways. You're given a variety of ways to play, with multiple game modes available including the Pebble Beach Open, Tournament, Stroke Play, Skins Match, Match Play, Training, and even a Watch mode to observe the action. The game doesn't just focus on accurate swings. It includes realistic course simulation, dynamic camera angles, and even a unique kart cam for different perspectives. The presentation aims to immerse you in the atmosphere of a professional golf tournament, making the challenge against Stadler a central and exciting part of the experience. This page highlights Golf Magazine presents 36 Great Holes starring Fred Couples for the Sega 32X. Featuring 36 holes and using the 32X's capabilities for detailed graphics, the game offers diverse modes such as Play Around, Tournament, Skins, Match Play, Shootout, and Best Ball. Gameplay emphasizes shot precision, with a timing-based system for power and accuracy. The game includes information like wind direction, detailed course maps, and a replay feature. Players can customize their golfer's appearance and track detailed statistics. The game also allows customization of computer opponents. With a mix of real and original course designs, the game aims for variety and visual appeal. Overall, it's a robust golf simulation with realistic design and ample gameplay options. This page covers Metalhead, a polygon and texture-mapped robot shooting game for the Sega 32X. You pilot the Metalhead mech in a near-future setting, tasked with completing missions from headquarters. The core gameplay involves navigating large 3D maps, engaging enemies using strategic positioning and various weapons. The game features different missions requiring you to clear areas of enemy forces, ranging from city streets to fortified bases. You can customize your mech's loadout with options like the chain gun, grenade cannon, hammer knuckle, and missile launcher, adapting your strategy based on the mission and enemy types encountered, including other mechs and vehicles like the Gutter Rat. A notable feature is the choice of 4 camera perspectives, including a cockpit view and third-person angles, allowing players to find their preferred way to experience the intense combat. The game progresses through stages with increasing difficulty, challenging your mastery of the powerful Metalhead weapon system. This page features 2 distinct RPGs for Sega platforms. On the left is Dai Haoshinden for the Mega CD, a massive Chinese fantasy RPG based on the classic Investiture of the Gods novel. It boasts a dramatic story spanning 4 realms and uses striking anime cutscenes to advance the plot. Combat is a semi-automatic system viewed from the side, and there are unique, secret weapons to discover. On the right, we have Dragon Slayer, The Legend of Heroes 2 for the Mega Drive. This is the conclusive sequel to the previous game on the system, focusing on unraveling the mystery behind glowing dragon eggs and monster outbreaks. You'll journey with returning characters and new allies, exploring dungeons, and utilizing a distinct magic system based on learning spells from books and using capsules. The page highlights the story's focus and the updated magic mechanics. This page features 2 diverse Mega Drive titles. On the left is Wolverine, the popular Marvel hero. This is a side-scrolling action game where you control Wolverine as he uncovers secrets about his past, navigating various environments, from research labs to icy worlds and forests. The page highlights his signature moves like slashes, kicks, and specialized claw attacks, detailing the button combinations needed. It also mentions the release of a translated X-Men comic version. On the right is Tancher, a sequel to the arcade hit, presented as a definitive collection of easily playable minigames. The Mega Drive version includes a perfect port of the 20 minigames from the arcade original, plus new features. A notable addition is the RPG-style quest mode, where you explore a map, defeat monsters, collect items, and interact with townsfolk, all punctuated by various minigames used for battles and events. The page shows examples of exploration and some of the included minigames. This page introduces the Hyper Ultech section, dedicated to uncovering hidden game techniques and secrets. It even features a ranking system for the submitted tips. Featured tips include secrets from Mega Drive titles like Yu Yu Hakusho, Meikyu Toitsusen, detailing how to access a debug mode or trigger a sudden ending. For Mortal Kombat 2, a specific trick for Shang Tsung is revealed, allowing him to perform Kintaro's transformation after a certain sequence of moves. And on the Sega Saturn, the page offers multiple tips. For Virtua Fighter, players learn how to view the staff credits before playing, and how to unlock a special rank determination mode. Mist on Saturn hides behind-the-scenes extras, accessible through a specific command on the title screen. The Game Gear title Puzzle in Action, Ichidanter GG, has a method to reach its sound test. Finally, Gale Racer features a quirky secret, where collecting 100 items changes the character hanging off the car to a Sonic plushie. The section also calls for players to submit their own game secrets via mail or fax, offering rewards based on the uniqueness and usefulness of the tip. This page highlights new Game Gear action game releases for the month. Featured is Mickey's Ultimate Challenge, a platformer where you navigate maps to choose stages, using abilities like throwing rocks and swimming. It's the fourth Mickey title for the Game Gear, offering classic side-scrolling action. Next up is Gamble Panic, a collection of gambling minigames including poker, blackjack, roulette, slots, bingo, and pool, playable in both story and training modes. Sylvantil is an action RPG, introducing protagonist Zelt in a mysterious world. His weapon, the Seed, has versatile uses, and can even transform him into armor. Bishoujo Senshi Sailor Moon offers side-scrolling action based on the popular anime, letting you play as Sailor Moon or Chibi Moon, with unique special moves. Item usage affects attack strength, and the game includes various minigames like quizzes and puzzles. Finally, The Lion King arrives on Game Gear, a direct port of the action platformer where you control both young and adult Simba across stages, utilizing jumps and attacks. The Game Gear Information Bureau section gives brief previews of other upcoming titles, including a Crayon Shin-chan action game, a quiz game tentatively titled Quiz Gear Fight, and the RPG Megami Tensei Gaiden, Last Bible Special. This page showcases upcoming titles for Sega's various platforms. A prominent Coming Soon header highlights games arriving for Sega Saturn, Super 32X, Mega Drive, and Mega CD. Featured is Side Pocket 2, a billiards game aiming to make you the best hustler. It includes a story mode, where the player travels across different cities, utilizing photorealistic imagery of actors. The game emphasizes strategic play with varied tables and shot mechanics, including cushion shots. Next is Echo the Dolphin CD, a compilation for Mega CD combining the original Echo the Dolphin and Echo, the Tides of Time, enhanced with new stages and numerous visual scenes throughout. The game showcases the underwater environments and the titular dolphin. Finally, Astal is presented as a two-player cooperative action game. Players control the protagonist as Marstal, wielding magical powers and accompanied by a bird companion, battling large enemies and navigating vibrant, fantastical environments. The game features dynamic action and encourages strategic teamwork. This page continues the Coming Soon theme, showcasing more upcoming titles primarily for the Sega Saturn. First up is Idol Janshi Suchiapai Special, a popular mahjong game ported from the arcade. It features a large cast of anime girls, incorporating a stripping element as the player wins. The Saturn version includes new characters not found in the arcade release, and features detailed character art and animations. Next is Gotha Ismailia Senki, a simulation game from Sega. This title emphasizes strategic combat on varied terrain, with players commanding units in polygonal battles. The game features multiple scenarios, and allows for different camera perspectives during engagements, focusing on reading enemy movements and deploying forces effectively. We also see Mahjong Ryukyoku, a mahjong game that uniquely pits players against historical figures or modern challengers. It includes various gameplay modes, like a survival challenge or facing off against a roster of 16 historical characters, or 4 modern players, allowing for diverse mahjong experiences. Below that is Shanghai Great Wall, a well-known mahjong solitaire puzzle game ported from Place. The goal is to remove matching pairs of tiles from a stacked layout within a time limit. The Saturn version includes multiple game modes for variety. Finally, there's a section with hot information, including news about Sega's upcoming titles like Wing War for the 32X and other Saturn projects. ASC2 teases a unique adventure game set in WW2 Germany, and Koei announces an English educational software title called Emit, featuring notable voice actors. This page is a comprehensive look at what Sega had in store for gamers with their new release calendar across all their active systems. The Sega Saturn, Super 32X, Mega Drive, Mega CD, and Game Gear. The Sega Saturn calendar is packed with a diverse lineup, including sports titles like Victory Goal, licensed games such as X-Men and Street Fighter, the movie, platformers like the highly anticipated Rayman, and intriguing Japanese exclusives such as the SHMUP Cotton 2 and the action game Die Hard Arcade. We also see familiar titles like Gotha and Idol Janshi Tsuchipai Special, which were highlighted previously, now with release windows. The Super 32X gets attention with titles like the Arcade Perfect Afterburner Complete, the 3D space shooter Stellar Assault, also known as Shadow Squadron, and the mech combat game Metalhead. For the Mega CD, we see iconic titles like Echo the Dolphin CD and the fighting game Samurai Showdown, alongside unique FMV experiences like Double Switch. The Mega Drive still has life left, with top-tier platformers and action games like Rystar, Alien Soldier, and the action RPG like Crusader. Even the portable Game Gear gets a robust calendar, featuring classics like Gunstar Heroes, Rystar, and Echo the Dolphin 2. The re-release calendar section shows that no older titles were planned for re-release at the time. Finally, the page prominently features information about the release of the upcoming March issue of Sega Saturn Fan Magazine. This page showcases a lineup of diverse and highly anticipated titles from Victor Entertainment. Headlining the page are two legendary fighting games, Samurai Showdown and Fatal Fury Special. Samurai Showdown, known for its weapon-based combat and unique feudal Japan setting, features a striking illustration of Haomaru, and promises fierce battles with its roster of swordsmen. Fatal Fury Special brings together a massive cast of characters from the Fatal Fury universe for explosive fighting action, highlighted by character art and screenshots showing off the dynamic stages. Switching gears, Soulstar offers high-speed 3D shooting action in space. The artwork depicts intense battles against massive structures and enemy ships, emphasizing its fast-paced, multi-directional gameplay, with screenshots showcasing the varied environments. Finally, Taisen Shinryaku is introduced as a grand-scale SF spectacle RPG, set against the backdrop of 3,000 years of Chinese history. This historical fantasy RPG looks to blend strategic gameplay with a rich narrative, featuring character illustrations and area screenshots. All games are listed with upcoming release dates in early 1995. This page is the front and back cover of the February 1995 issue of Sega Saturn Fan Magazine. The cover prominently features the greenfield graphics for the upcoming Sega Saturn game, Victory Goal, AJ League soccer title promoted as being 64-bit class and scheduled for release on January 20, 1995. The back cover highlights a special appendix included with this issue. It's a collection of pro techniques or advanced moves for a massive number of games. 599 techniques from 261 Sega Genesis titles and 53 techniques from 41 Game Gear titles are fully included. Excitingly for Saturn owners at the time, it also includes techniques for the Saturn version of Virtua Fighter. The appendix features an index to help readers find techniques by type. The magazine itself retailed for a special price of 590 yen. This page is the back cover, serving as a prominent advertisement for a strategy guide or technique collection titled Dai Gihayashi 95. This book appears to be a comprehensive compilation of Uru-Waza techniques for multiple Sega systems, specifically highlighting coverage for the Sega Saturn, Sega Genesis, and Game Gear. It's presented as a resource for players looking for advanced moves and strategies. The page also includes contact information for readers to make inquiries about the techniques featured in the guide, providing a phone number and specific hours of operation. This suggests a dedicated support line for the content within Daigi Hayashi. This page is the back cover, serving as an advertisement for the strategy guide, Daigi Hayashi 95, featuring techniques for Sega Saturn, Sega Genesis, and Game Gear games. This page is a guide focused on the original Virtua Fighter for the Sega Saturn. It promises to fully detail the special techniques for all 8 playable characters in the game, from Akira Yuki to Sarah Bryant, as well as explaining how to read the command input notations used throughout the guide. The index highlights the main sections, including the comprehensive command list for each character, and a special section dedicated to hidden techniques and secret options available in the game. This looks like an essential resource for players wanting to master Virtua Fighter's complex movesets. This page continues the comprehensive guide to Virtua Fighter, diving into the core mechanics and specific character techniques. You're looking at essential data here, starting with a breakdown of the fundamental actions every fighter can perform, from standard punches and kicks to guarding, quick movement, running, and even specific actions for attacking downed opponents or performing throws. It also covers how to handle wake-up situations, detailing different ways to get back on your feet after being knocked down, and the inputs required. The rest of the page kicks off the character-specific command lists, showing the moves and button combinations for mastering fan favorites Akira Yuki and Jackie Bryant. This is exactly the kind of detailed information you need to start mastering Virtua Fighter's deep combat system. This page continues the deep dive into Virtua Fighter, presenting the essential command lists for 3 more iconic characters. You'll find the complete movesets for Lao Chan, Kagemaru, and Jeffrey McWild. Each section is laid out clearly, detailing the name of the technique, any specific conditions under which it can be performed, like being close to the opponent or when the opponent is crouching, and the precise button inputs and directional commands required to execute the move. This is crucial information for players looking to master the unique fighting styles of these distinct characters. The next page dives deeper into the world of Virtua Fighter, delivering the vital command lists for 4 more legendary fighters. You'll find the full breakdown for Jackie Bryant, Pai Chan, Wolf Hawkfield, and Sarah Bryant. Each section is clearly laid out, presenting every technique with its specific execution conditions, like distance or opponent's stance, and the precise directional and button inputs required to unleash each move. This comprehensive guide is indispensable for any player serious about dominating the ring with these iconic characters. This page continues the deep dive into Virtua Fighter, presenting more crucial command lists for mastering the game. Alongside the table detailing various moves with their required inputs and conditions, the page reveals valuable secrets for players. It outlines how to unlock and utilize the ranking mode from the title screen, a challenging single-player mode where you battle your way up the ranks against AI opponents, following arcade rules. It also details the intricacies of character and stage selection in Versus mode, explaining how players can not only choose their fighters and battlegrounds after a match, but also access their alternate 2P colors. Finally, a quick tip is provided on how to view the staff credits via the demo screen. This page is a comprehensive guide to useful cheats and secrets, known as Urawaza, for the Mega Drive. It highlights how practical these tricks can be for various games on the console. The page covers several titles, including Axis X, detailing cheats like item doubling, a method for 2 players to use one player's magic, and a specific password, EEEEEE, to start from Chapter 5 with a preset character. For Ernest Evans, there are commands for clearing the screen and warping directly to boss fights. The sumo game, Ahari Manada, features a list of passwords for different starting points and conditions, plus a hidden technique that transforms your character into a powerful Ghost Oni Dragon God. Ayrton Senna's Super Monaco GP2 secrets include unusual martial behavior, ways to access Ghost mode and Scenario GP mode, and even a trick to change your car into a motorcycle. Lastly, the game ILU Road has a specific battle command revealed. An index at the bottom helps players navigate the page based on Japanese syllables. The next page continues the guide to useful in-game tricks and secrets. It covers several more titles, starting with ILU Road, which details command inputs, and accessing an edit mode to customize maps and units. For Afterburner 2, the guide explains how to refuel, replenish missiles, receive supplementary planes, and reach the final stages. It also touches on manipulating plane movements. Ambition of Caesar 2 provides extensive command lists for pausing the game, powering up characters with options like invincibility and level boosts, and accessing various stage select options. Outrunners and Outrun 2019 feature secrets for accessing different cars and game menus. Advanced Daizenryaku offers cheats to skip scenarios and deeply customize game settings such as budget, units, and environment. Afterburner 2, it includes a special option mode and a trick to jump ahead to stage 4. Aladdin has a specific command sequence to clear levels. Alicia Dragoon reveals methods to skip logos and FMVS, access in-game commands, and even skip the ending using multiple controllers. A brief mention is made of cheats for Alex Kidd, High-Tech World, and Arrow Flash details a powerful special attack cheat and how to activate it. The guide emphasizes how these secrets can enhance gameplay. This page continues the guide to game secrets and tricks. It starts with YS2I, Wanderers from YS, showing how to freely change levels using multiple controllers and accessing save functions even within boss areas. SWAT is noted for a quick trick to reach the ending. The Valis series is heavily featured. Vermilion has a test mode and character power-up exploit. Valis 2 offers various selectable modes, map, visual, music, sound effect, from the title screen via codes. Valis V includes codes for 100 continuous plays, unlimited continues, an invincible VV bomber mode, and a shield trick. Other titles covered include Air Diver, which has secrets for continuous plays and accessing specific areas or bosses, and Alien Storm, detailing a life extend and a unique ranking screen trick. X-Lancer features a stage clear and extra lives cheat. Volsified shows how to increase lives. Finally, Echo the Dolphin and Echo the Dolphin 2 both have debug modes accessible via complex commands, and SD Valis has a trick to make the background music disappear temporarily. The page provides a wealth of hidden options for players to explore. This page continues the extensive guide to game secrets and tricks for a variety of Sega and other console titles from the era. The page features cheats for games like Echo the Dolphin 2, The Tides of Time, El Viento, Elemental Master, Gaiares, and various sports and quiz titles. Highlights include detailed methods for invincibility in several games, including El Viento and Gaiares, along with specific weapon equipping cheats for Gaiares. There are also stage select and clear commands, demo mode access, and sound test codes. The guide covers unique secrets, like accessing a hidden event game in Capcom Quiz, to Danosama no Yabu, and making Geese Howard playable in a fighting game. For racing games like the Fi1 Circus series, there are cheats affecting race length and outcomes. Overall, this page is packed with ways to break or enhance gameplay in these classic titles. This page delves into a treasure trove of secrets and cheats for classic games of the era. It covers a variety of titles, revealing hidden features and gameplay modifiers. For Fatal Fury 2, The New Battle, you can discover how to unlock the true ending, change character colors using specific button inputs, and even play as the iconic hidden character, Ryo Sakazaki. The page also details how dip switch settings can drastically alter gameplay, offering effects like invincibility after taking a hit, no stun from certain attacks, or even making certain special moves easier to perform. Other titles featured include Gunstar Heroes, with a trick to get more item drops, and Kukyoku Tiger, showing how to access a stage select and achieve powerful states like invincibility. There are secrets for Cutie Suzuki no Ringside Angel, allowing players to jump straight into battle mode and access hidden characters or AI matches. The page also touches on accessing a music gallery in Gambler Jiko Chushinha, Katayama Masayuki no Mahjong Dojo, viewing the staff role in Kishi Densetsu, and accessing visual/BGM selects in Captain Tsubasa. Finally, a general trick for unlimited continues in many games is explained using a specific button combination at the continue screen. This page continues our exploration of game secrets and hidden features from classic titles. For the Mahjong game Gyowambara Jiko Chushinha Katayama Masayuki no Mahjong Dojo, we find ways to unlock a sound gallery, access versus mode, and even customize player names. The Shooter Granada offers multiple secrets, including a trick to minimize enemy reaction times, and an easy mode unlocked via specific button inputs. The Beat 'em Up 2 Crude Dudes features a health recovery stage, where smashing vending machines can net you 1-ups. For the pinball game Crewball, a level select can be accessed directly from the title screen. Similarly, the intense shooter Glee Lancer has a stage select feature available from the start screen, alongside conditions for earning 1-ups in specific levels. The puzzle classic Clax hides a secret warp system, allowing players to skip ahead, and even a challenging back Clax mode. Kaleo Flying Squadron has option screen codes that enable various settings and a minigame. Even platformers like Cool Spot have secrets, like a command to instantly clear a stage. We also see password systems detailed for the tennis tournament 92, potentially unlocking modes and players. Finally, a fun trick is shown on the name entry screen of many games, allowing text manipulation using directional inputs. This page provides secrets and cheats for various classic Sega games. Gain Ground offers round and sound selection cheats. Steel Empire features configuration options for difficulty, lives, and bombs. Ghostbusters allows item respawns, while Kyoro-chan Land has a character animation trigger. Golden Axe games offer multiple cheats. The original allows continuing character selection, Golden Axe 2 has magic gauge glitches and item resurrection, and Golden Axe 2i features stage select and a hidden message. Cosmic Fantasy Stories reveals a debug mode and cheats for map and encounter rates. Psycho Dream has scene select, and Cyberball features a sudden death password. Columns includes high score secrets, a bonus system, and background music changes. Finally, the Kickboxing has a versus mode cheat, and the Sword of Vermilion offers a monitor check code. This text provides game-specific tips and secrets for various classic titles. In the Sword of Vermilion, players can access hidden test and debug modes using specific password inputs. Shinobi and Shinobi 2-1, Return of the Ninja Master offer invincibility through waiting on the options screen or manipulating sound settings. In the New Zealand story, manipulating the controller during the title screen demo increases credits. Romance of the Three Kingdoms 2 and 2, I offer strategy guides on managing generals, troop movements, recruiting, and winning conditions. Finally, Thunderstorm FX allows stage selection and an easy mode via the config mode on the title screen. This page is packed with valuable tips and secrets for several classic Sega titles. You'll find insights for the shooter Sandstorm FX, including tricks for credits, infinite continues after game over, special character controls, and even resetting to the Sega logo. For the Thunder Force series, there are detailed tips for Thunder Force 2, 2i, and IV, covering access to debug modes, difficulty settings, weapon and claw management, and unlocking visual scenes. The wrestling game, Thunder Pro Wrestling Retsuden, New Generation, features tips on character and BGM selection, and using its auto mode. For the J.League Pro Striker series, including the Complete Edition and Pro Striker 2, you'll learn about player editing, accessing endings, commands for viewing team-winning scenes, and details on the PK match mode. The page also includes secrets for Codename, Robocod regarding item collection and accessing sound and scene tests, password entry for Sokoban, invincibility in Toki, stage select and infinite credits for Shinobi, and even a note on status effects in the RPG Shining in the Darkness. It's a great resource for uncovering hidden features in these games. This page is packed with essential tips and secrets for several classic Sega games, particularly focusing on the popular Shining Force series. For the original Shining Force on Genesis, you'll find details on using passwords, a clever item duplication glitch, methods for earning quick money, specific uses for items like the Queen's Crown and the Despair weapon, accessing a sound test, extending the range of the heal spell, and even commands for debug features and naming characters. Shining Force 2 players get tips on naming their allies and setting the game's difficulty level. For Shining Force CD, there's a note about the game's opening theme being in English. The page also includes secrets for other titles. Learn about the practice mode in Shadow Dancer for Genesis, and how to access stage select and options in the arcade game Jashin Dracos. There are also potential general tips for accessing configuration menus, bonus maps after clearing games, and even a method involving the 2P controller during power-on that hints at accessing test modes. This page is packed with essential tips and secrets for a variety of classic Sega games. It features codes and methods for Shadow Dancer, including bonus points and obtaining a sure one-up on bonus stages, along with secrets for Sylpheed, covering visual and stage selects, shield recovery, increasing continues, and accessing a challenging mania mode. There's even a fascinating mention of Shin Megami Tensei within the Sylpheed secrets. The page also provides cheats for Shanghai 2i, Dragon's Eye, and Beast King Chronicles, such as sound tests and removing the ending, plus continue increases for heavy unit. Players of Super Airwolf can find invincibility codes, easy score boosts, credit increases, and options for stage select or changing vehicle colors. Super Shinobi fans get a useful fast-forward feature. The page concludes with secrets for Super Thunderblade, offering round select and extra lives, and Super Daisen Ryaku, detailing new units and budget manipulations. It's a comprehensive guide to unlocking hidden features and advantages in several Sega titles. This page is packed with insider information for several classic Sega titles, providing players with codes, tips, and hidden features. It's a continuation of essential secrets for getting the most out of these games. Among the highlights are tips for Super Daisen Ryaku, revealing how to unlock additional unit types and increase your budget significantly. For the vibrant Super Fantasy Zone, players can find details on accessing a sound test and even playing a hidden version of the classic Fantasy Zone song. Debug modes are also covered for Super Fantasy Zone and Pro Yaku Super League 91, offering powerful options like invincibility, free play, and the ability to alter game speed or access sound tests. Racing fans get the edge in Super Monaco GP, with advice on how to get ahead of the driver, and even specific details about the game's apparent 415 km/h speed limit. For Street Fighter 2-Plus, there are crucial tips on continues, a neat trick to potentially remove options and gain temporary invincibility, and notes on specific moves and bonus stages. The page also briefly touches on strategies for Super Real Basketball, controls for Dash Plus battles, and interacting with menu elements in the Sega CD version of Street Smart. It's a treasure trove of expert knowledge for dedicated Sega players looking to uncover every secret these games hold. This page is a compendium of cheat codes and hidden features for various Sega games. For Street Fighter 2-Plus, access sound tests, and high-speed mode, shooter fans get secrets for Alcon, Slap Fight, Space Harrier 2, and Space Fantasy Zone. Splatterhouse players can unlock stage selects and find hidden items. Other games include Space Invaders, 90-round select, Sei Shinseki Fei Area, debug mode, Zaxxon, area skip, Zero Wing, super item, Mercs, super hard mode, Sokoban, debug mode, and Sorcerian, scenario highlights like Become Immortal. This resource is invaluable for maximizing gameplay and uncovering all the secrets in these classic Sega titles. This page continues with more invaluable tips and tricks for classic Sega titles. Following up on Sorcerian, it details methods for accessing sound tests and a password system. The bulk of the page dives deep into cheats for the original Sonic the Hedgehog and Sonic the Hedgehog 2. For Sonic 1, you get the legendary stage select and sound select codes entered on the title screen, plus inputs for invincibility and character changes. It even reveals a hidden sudden ending and a slow motion mode. Sonic 2 players aren't left out, with details on how to unlock supersonic transformation and a multifunction select via the options screen sound test. There's also a note on a glitch affecting the two-player versus mode. Finally, the page includes a summary table listing locations and the rare items you can find within specific scenarios of Sorcerian. This page is packed with essential secrets for mastering these iconic games. This page delves further into valuable game secrets, kicking off with extensive tips for Sonic the Hedgehog CD. It details how to earn goal bonuses based on time, utilize the high-speed spin dash in specific zones, access the hidden stage select, and unlock the visual mode to view game scenes and animations. A separate section explains how to open the D.A garden from the time attack menu and mentions sound test codes which, if entered on the sound test screen using specific FM, PCM, and day values, can reveal hidden visuals or take you to special stages. There's also a tip for getting easy one-ups in Sonic the Hedgehog 3 by exploiting a cheat involving the spin dash near an alarm. The page then touches on other titles like Solfease and Dyna Brothers, before offering specific cheats. For Darwin 4081, there's a tip on selecting modes and a code for a 777 power-up. Dark Wizard players get hints on unlocking visual scenes and customizing unit colors. Uncharted Waters, Dai Kukai Jidai, features a tip about investment strategies. There's a note on an Ikinari ending, perhaps linked to the Koei logo. And finally, Dai Sen Ryaku. Dyna Brothers lists various password types that unlock different game states or effects, like specific maps, characters, or unit conditions. This page is packed with cheats and unlockables for several classic Sega titles. It starts by detailing secrets for Dyna Brothers, including passwords to play as the aliens, and access a hidden surfing team sequence. For Dyna Brothers 2, there's a password for an animation viewer, and another to unlock a secret fighting minigame called Dyna Fight, complete with a breakdown of its basic combat maneuvers like attack, evade, and special moves. Moving on to Dynamite Duke, passwords are provided to view character introductions and access various hidden stages like the Stego Face or Terror Roulette. There's also a super option menu unlockable with button presses, allowing adjustments to lives, continues, and even the appearance frequency of UFOs, which is tied to the difficulty. For the Genesis/Mega Drive version of Ghouls on Ghosts, you'll find codes for invincibility and a stage select feature, plus tips on utilizing weapons and mention of a peculiar sound test bug. Dynamite-heady players get simple button sequences for accessing stage select and viewing character models, including changing heads. Further secrets include a stage select and a hidden visual for Time Gal, a debug mode with various options for Task Force Harrier X, tactical advice for using the bomb in Truxton, and an invincibility code for Sagaya, Darius 2. This page is a goldmine for players looking to uncover hidden content and gain an edge in these challenging games. This page is a compilation of cheat codes and secrets for several classic video games. It provides codes for Darius 2, Special Mode, Free Play, Data Viewing, Sound Test, Custom Name, Twinkletail, Stage Select, Chelnov, 2-Player Mode, Sound Test, Invincibility Trick, Mega Twins, Round Select, and Chibi Maruko-chan Waku Waku Shopping, Sound Test. Further secrets are revealed for Chuck Rock 2, Stage Select, Cho Ryu Retsuden Dinoland, Color Patterns, TMNT Tournament Fighters, Special Move Inputs and Difficulty Display, and TMNT, the Hyperstone Heist, Stage Select. Additional codes unlock features in DJ Boy, Demo Replay, Intro Skip, T2, the arcade game, Stage Skip, and Detonator Organ, Scene Selection, Hidden Graphics. These codes enhance gameplay and allow players to explore the games in new ways. This page dives into more classic game secrets and tips. For Detonator Organ, there's a hidden character scene accessed via an item in the Look command. Devilish on the Mega Drive features a hidden visual triggered by title screen inputs and allows access to other games like Thunder Force 2MD, Herzog Zwei, and Elemental Master through its options menu. Telephone Mahjong players can find passwords for staff roles and character images. In Dangerous Seed, inputting a directional code unlocks Expert Mode, and a sequence during the intro gives you 99 credits. The page also lists passwords for Dragon's Fury, Mega Drive/Genesis, to start with specific scores and balls. Phantasy Star 2-1, Generations of Doom details, item effects, a glitch related to a character named Kane, a trick for TP recovery, and even a way to skip the second-generation scenario by making a specific choice at the end of the first. Magical Taruto-kun players can grab infinite 1-ups in Stage 2 by hitting sound blocks in a musical sequence. Dragon's Eye plus Shanghai 2i includes a helper function for tournament mode using the second controller, and for Dragon's Lair, all visuals are available in the demo mode. This page continues the deep dive into game secrets and hidden features, focusing on several Sega classics. A large section is dedicated to Dragon Ball Z, Budo Retsuden on the Mega Drive, presenting a table detailing special moves and their button inputs for a roster of characters including Goku, Gohan, Cell, Vegeta, and others, noting specific conditions like key requirements for some techniques. The page also covers smaller tips for various games. In Chubukuki, F1 Super License, you can check your race scores from the title screen. Ninja Gaiden on the Game Gear allows access to a sound test via a title screen input. For the soccer title, Neketsu Kuku Dodgeball BU Soccer Hen MD, a password unlocks a challenging match against a strong team. Virtual Racing on the Mega Drive has secrets for a race mode, with reversed controls and adding a mode select option. Party Quiz Mega Q features a sound test, a way to make the screen colorful, and a possible reset trick during the intro. Hard Drivin' lets you access a practice mode with reverse steering after a game over. Finally, Burning Force offers access to different demo stages from the title screen, although bonus stages are not available to select. This page continues our deep dive into game secrets and hidden features across various Sega classics. We start with Burning Force, detailing a simple input to get 10 lives right from the title screen. For Troubleshooter 2, we cover BGM selection, stage select, and even cryptic inputs like silence and nothing to mess with the options screen. Bahamut Senki players can find tips on accessing different routes, recruiting specific heroes like Elwyn, and managing their tactician. The page then focuses heavily on Barryarm, revealing multiple secrets including invincibility, stage select, the ability to skip stages, power-up level adjustments, and a hidden screen after the ending. Other games featured include Pulseman, which offers a map select from the title screen, allowing direct access to stages, including the final one. Beast Wrestler and Fighting Masters have tips for accessing sound tests and a monitor mode respectively, with Fighting Masters also allowing same character matches. Fire Mustang players can gain extra lives and power-ups via title screen inputs. Finally, we look at Powermonger for instant stage clears, Castlevania, Bloodlines for options menu adjustments, and Final Fight CD with tips for accessing options and simplified punching controls, along with secrets for Final Blow including sound selection and continues. These pages are packed with useful cheats to unlock new ways to play. This page continues our look at game secrets, starting with Final Blow, where you can set up same character matches, access a special team ending mode, or even use the name entry Happy New Year for a surprisingly easy win. There are also inputs for random hit determination, a watching mode, and even changing Fat Man's character. Next up is Phantasy Star 2, Ending of the Millennium, offering tips on how certain items can be used effectively in battle, including a list of items and their effects like Crescent Gear granting Gyres, or Wind Bandana providing Zan. There are also general exploration hints, including the utility of the Visiphone. For Phantasy Star 2-1, Generations of Doom, a simple input lets you access the sound test. Theorius players can unlock content by clearing the game on advanced mode and manipulate credits to start with 9. Forgotten Worlds offers secrets for 2-player unlimited continues and a handy Mega Crash tip. Even Puyo Puyo gets a nod with a trick to decrease falling speed. Finally, Black Hole Assault is packed with name entry cheats. Muteki grants invincibility, BigNet leads to Easy Co's, FOMA unlocks a visual mode, and AZ grants an extra game. There's also an input for round selection. The Fat Man character change section for Phantasy Star 2 is detailed with specific button combinations for different characters like Edwina, Guano, and Bonaparte. This page dives further into game secrets, kicking off with Streets of Rage, detailing how to gain extra continues. Streets of Rage 2 offers extensive options, including a super option mode, the ability to play as the same character, a display for Keikos, and even a shortcut to an easy ending. Moving to Streets of Rage 3, there are inputs for round selection, secrets allowing up to 9 players, and even how to use the scatter characters like Rue. The secrets continue with the Flintstones offering a stage select feature, while Pro Yaku Super League 91, a baseball title, includes tips for tournament mode, using Japanese team names, invalidating foul balls, and winning by forfeit. Other titles with secrets include Heavy Nova with bonus points, Ball Jacks with access to a backside area, and Fist of the North Star allowing you to select advanced chapters. Bopper's Mail has a test mode, Bonanza Bros grants continuous invincibility, Martian Cop features a sound test and various passwords, Holyfield Boxing also has a sound test, and finally, Marvel Land allows for round selection and password entry using specific, difficulty-based passwords. The page is packed with useful unlocks and cheats for a variety of Genesis titles. This page continues with more game secrets, starting with Michael Jackson's Moonwalker, detailing how to access a round select feature and activate the Bubble Walker cheat from the start menu. Next up is Might and Magic 2, Isles of Terra, offering tips on navigating portals, gaining experience and gold in specific areas, and how to change your party leader. The page also includes a numbered list, detailing various locations within the game world. Devilish provides secrets for unlocking a super difficult mode via the options menu, and how to display a versus mode screen. For McDonald's Treasureland Adventure, there's a stage select code available from the title screen. Meijin Saga reveals how to unlock a giant beast mode through a specific setting in the sound test. Masters of Monsters is packed with secrets, including a sound test, how to change the game display to English, a special map mode, and even a cheat to make your attacks always hit before battle starts. It also touches on stacking monsters and finding spirits on the map. Finally, Magical Girl Silky Lip on the Mega CD has a dialogue test mode accessible from the system's operation screen. The page is a treasure trove of hidden features for several classic Sega titles. This page continues the secrets, starting with the tail end of Magical Girl Silky Lip, showing how to activate the dialogue test mode. Next, for Midnight Resistance, you can jump straight to stage select and get a head start with unlimited lives. The Ooze features a debug command that helps you bypass obstacles. Valis fans can access a music select option from the title screen, mhu.hh.a. Aleste has a round select code and lets you jump into the options menu and sound test. All Shark on Mega CD provides a visual select feature and a high-speed start. Mega Load Tracks also has a quick start method, and Mega Panel lets you select the 1P mode easily. Finally, there's a large section on Mortal Kombat,
It details how to activate the iconic Blood mode. It is a list of special move commands for various characters, like Johnny Cage, Liu Kang, Sonya Blade, Kano, Raiden, Sub-Zero, and Scorpion. The page also reveals how to fight hidden characters, including Sub-Zero, likely Noob Saibo here, Smoke, and Jade, in a special combat mode. It explains different finishing moves like fatalities, finish him her, friendships, babalities, and pit fatalities, noting the distance needed from your opponent, which is further detailed in a separate table, explaining different closeness levels required for techniques. The next page continues the deep dive into Mortal Kombat 2, picking up right where the previous page left off, with even more character move lists and finishing moves. This is essential data for mastering the game's brutal combat system. You'll find the complete command inputs for a host of fighters, including Liu Kang, Kung Lao, Johnny Cage, Reptile, Sub-Zero, and Shang Tsung on the left side. The right side covers Kitana, Jax, Milena, Baraka, Scorpion, and Raiden. The tables lay out the specific button combinations for their special moves, along with the inputs for the friendships, babalities, and pit fatalities. These lists also clarify the crucial distance needed from your opponent to successfully execute each finishing move, which is key to pulling off those spectacular endings. Getting these inputs and distances right is the difference between a flawless victory and a frustrating defeat in Mortal Kombat 2. This page dives into tips and tricks for several Sega Saturn titles. First up is Wonder Boy in Monster World IV, offering advice on quickly accumulating wealth to reach 7,777 gold. There are details on unique character commands like flying and hidden movement, a powerful super shock command activated at low health with specific inputs, and how unlocking these commands and powering up your character impacts the game's ending. A table lists these commands for different characters. Next, a brief section covers Yumimik Kusu, a collection of visual novels. Tips include how to speed up the game, return to the opening sequence, listen to voice actor messages, and even find a hidden, transparent human. The page then shifts to the tactical RPGs Langrisser and Langrisser 2. For Langrisser, you'll find inputs for accessing items, selecting scenarios and sound settings, and how to achieve the Ranger class change. Langrisser 2 gets more in-depth, with secrets like accessing hidden levels, encountering hidden characters Apadadon and Samson right from the opening, how to use stage select and find a hidden shop. Crucially, it reveals how to unlock powerful hidden classes for characters. A large table outlines the normal class paths and the hidden classes available for each character once specific conditions are met. This page offers game tips and secrets for several classic titles. For Langrisser 2, it reveals hidden class changes and special menu access. Lunar. The Silver Star secrets include map continuation, a special song at Althena's shrine, monster races at the casino, interactions with trees, and a pot quest. Tips for Rambo 2, I cover a different ending, art of fighting details, handicap settings, battle options, and the Ryuko Ranbu move. Assault Suits Lanos includes title screen inputs for abundant items and item sets, plus hidden item locations in Stage 1. Road Blaster FX has special move commands. WrestleMania reveals hidden teams and a sound test. KW Gen. Rental Hero's Secret is a sound test, and Rocket Knight Adventures unlocks very/crazy hard modes, stage select, and a special play mode via Konami logo inputs. Also, Rolling Thunder 2 passwords, found elsewhere, are mentioned for unlocking rounds and difficulty. This page is packed with secrets and tips for several classic games. It features a comprehensive list of passwords for the second loop of Rolling Thunder 2, allowing players to jump to any round from 1 through 11. For RoboCop 3, known as RoboCop Target Eliminator in Japan, there's a trick detailed that essentially grants invincibility after completing Stage 1, though fire damage is still a threat. Ward Complina's Forest Special gets a mention with cheats for extra players and credits, plus a method to access a special opening visual sequence. Wani Wani World has a simple trick to unlock a sound test from the Sega logo screen. Finally, a section titled Laughable Stupid Man, likely a general secrets header, reveals a test mode accessible via specific button inputs on the menu screen, which includes options to view in-game commercials, CMS, and potentially a sound test featuring laughter. Accessing the CMS is also described as possible by starting the game without a backup RAM cartridge and using the data management screen. This page is a treasure trove for Game Gear enthusiasts, focusing on handy secrets and tricks for various titles. It opens by noting the popularity of sound tests in recent Game Gear software,
and encourages players to explore these hidden features. There's an index listing many games for which secrets are provided, highlighting the depth of coverage. Several classic games are featured with specific codes and methods. For instance, you can access a sound test in Ariel, The Little Mermaid, and Eternal Legend, while Ayrton Senna's Super Monaco GP2 gives passwords to jump to the ending. Outrun players can activate invincibility and even gain infinite time, while Axe Battler, A Legend of Golden Axe, offers a powerful password to max out items and abilities. There's an invincibility code for Aladdin, and Echo the Dolphin reveals a debug mode with options like stage select and various tests. Gear Stadium and Psychic World also have sound test access methods detailed. Finally, the GG Shinobi gets a sound test code and details on a debug menu featuring stage select, sound and music tests, infinite lives, and item effects like keys working universally and swimming through obstacles. It's a fantastic resource for getting more out of your Game Gear library. The next page continues the deep dive into Game Gear secrets, building on the previous page's focus. It provides helpful tips and tricks for a wide array of titles, perfect for any dedicated player looking to get the most out of their collection, covering games from sports titles like Pro Baseball 91 to classics such as Aleste, Shining Force, The Sword of Hajia, Shining Force, The Exiled Fortress, Jurassic Park, Space Harrier, Sonic Chaos, and Shinobi 2. The Silent Fury. The page offers a wealth of hidden content. Players can find instructions for accessing sound tests in numerous games, unlocking debug modes with stage select options, finding passwords for level warps or powerful item sets, activating invincibility, gaining infinite lives, and much more. Even Batman Returns and Fantasy Zone Gear have their secrets revealed. It's a comprehensive guide to uncovering the hidden layers within many popular and niche Gear games, offering ways to skip levels, test music, or simply make the games easier or more interesting to explore. This page unveils hidden features and tips for various classic games. In Streets of Rage, access the sound test by entering a specific button combination. Mortal Kombat reveals a blood mode activation and special move inputs for finishers. Pengo offers player count and stage select unlocks. In Ono no Tokyuji, holding 1 and pressing start on the title screen triggers a win. Mappy features a round select code. Madu Monogatari I hints at a secret starting area. Mickey's Magical Quest allows exploration via hip attacks. World Derby includes a sound test and a campaign mode money exploit. Wonder Boy in Monster World IV uses passwords for item mode and character unlocks, alongside a Yu Yu Hakusho sound mode. The next page serves as a comprehensive index, providing a quick way for players to find specific in-game secrets and tricks across a wide range of Sega titles. It breaks down the types of cheats available, from debug and hidden options like sound tests and stage selects, to more game-altering features like invincibility, increased continues, and even methods for gaining items or money in RPGs. There's also an emphasis on uncovering hidden content, such as characters, stages, special moves not found in manuals, and secret game modes. The index lists numerous games, primarily focusing on the Mega Drive and Game Gear, with a partial section for Sega Saturn titles covering stage selects. Featured games include classics like Outrun, Echo the Dolphin, Shinobi 2i, Streets of Rage, Phantasy Star IV, Sonic the Hedgehog series, Ghouls and Ghosts, and many more, guiding players directly to the pages, detailing these valuable tips and exploits for each game. This page continues the comprehensive index of game secrets and tips. Building upon the categories introduced previously, it delves deeper into specific types of exploits and hidden features. One section covers methods for quickly clearing stages or reaching the end of games fast. Another focuses entirely on accessing game endings and staff roles. You'll find vital tips for increasing your continues and earning extra lives, crucial for mastering challenging titles. The index also points you towards secret visual modes or options, and importantly, details how to achieve invincibility and power-ups in various games. Finally, there's a section dedicated to tips for acquiring items, money, experience points, and boosting your score, vital for RPGs and arcade-style games alike. Across these categories, the index lists secrets for a wide array of titles, including classics like the Sonic the Hedgehog series, Streets of Rage, Outrun, Shining Force, Phantasy Star IV, and many others from the Mega Drive and Game Gear library. This index is an essential guide for any player looking to uncover every last secret these games hold. This page continues the extensive index of game secrets and tips, moving into new categories of hidden content. It provides page references for accessing hidden techniques and special moves in various titles, perfect for mastering fighting games and action titles alike. You'll also find guides to unlocking hidden modes and even entire hidden games tucked away within cartridges. Essential for fans of game music, the index covers how to access sound test options for many titles. For those seeking a greater challenge or easier experience, there are tips on adjusting difficulty settings. The index also helps uncover hidden characters, or even gain control of enemy characters in certain games. Finally, it points the way to finding hidden stages and accessing special sub-events within your favorite adventures. This comprehensive listing covers secrets for a wide range of Mega Drive and Gear games, including popular titles like Mortal Kombat 2, Street Fighter 2-Plus, the Dragon Ball Z series, Sonic the Hedgehog titles, Shining Force games, Puyo Puyo, and even Jurassic Park. It's an invaluable resource for uncovering every secret tucked away in these classic Sega experiences.